we're going to start with some sort of a mental model for making decisions. How do you take data and turn them into decisions? What is a good mental model, right? All of us, if you're here in this class, we have access to data. Either we are part of a brand and we have data about our business, which is how much revenue we have, how much orders we have, new customers, existing customers, what are we spending on Facebook and TikTok and catalog and all that stuff. So we have a ton of data sitting around describing our business, and we're trying to turn them into business value, right? How do I use all this data and turn that into business value? Everybody talks about data being the new oil. How do you do that? Well, the only way to turn data into business value is to make decisions. Okay, let's not talk about targeting and activation, all that stuff. We'll leave that for a second. The primary way data actually helps create value is to turn them into decisions, investment decisions, like help understand insights about customers, your business, and use those insights to make good investment decisions that helps you grow the business, right? That's the primary way. Now, how do you make decisions with data? Now, here is the process I'm going to walk you through. First step is to do what's called a triangulation audit, okay? Which is to essentially take all your existing data, apply existing data as in your media data from Facebook, media data from TikTok and AdWords, apply benchmark multipliers. We're going to supply them to you as part of this class. Apply benchmark multipliers and do an audit, okay? A triangulation audit. And the triangulation audit will typically give you a quick directional sense, and you can do it with a matter of 2 or 3 working sessions. You will get to a point of like, okay, what's working, what's not working. If I'm trying to manage my media at a ROAS of 2 or 3 or whatever it is, what is above the line, below the line of the ROI that I'm trying to manage to, and where can I invest more, invest less, right? But the key thing is it's using industry benchmarks and giving you a directional sense of what media is doing for the business. Okay. Typically, the next step is to use a marketing mix model to dial in those estimates, right? Very often you will be like, well, I don't buy that number right now. I get that, but I've been looking at my business for a long time. These are industry benchmarks. Can I get my own numbers? Can I get my own multipliers? You can. And you can do that by using marketing mix models. And marketing mix models use historical data of performance in media you spent on Facebook and TikTok, and the transaction data from Shopify or wherever you have it. Bring that together to build a media mix model. And the media mix model can help you estimate multipliers. And now these multipliers are estimated based on your own data, your own performance. Okay, so it's a little bit more tighter than using industry benchmark multipliers, right? Now, what this allows you to do is basically go and make mock decisions. We call that process as opportunity analysis. Now, you essentially say, okay, I'm going to believe these numbers as though they are the truth, and I'm going to make decisions. I'm going to pretend I'm going to spend more on TikTok and Facebook, less on search, more on streaming, less on something else, right? Make mock decisions. And we call them testable decisions. Now you make decisions that you can potentially test in the market, okay? The beautiful thing about this process is that you can arrive at these testable decisions using a data-driven process like the triangulation audit or opportunity analysis. You can say scale up on my OTT spend, scale up, scale down my brand search spend, right? These are all things that the data can throw for you. But you can also add in there strategic decisions that are coming from more of a first principles basis, right? Hey, I think we should story tell our brand in this particular way, right? Our storytelling is probably not as tight as it can be. We can tell a better story about our brand if we tell it this way. Well, that's a hypothesis, right? You can test that as well. Or you can say, well, I believe that we have to create a ton of awareness and we have to take a full funnel approach to go to market because we don't have a lot of awareness, and we have to take awareness, consideration, and lower funnel activity together to drive business for us. Well, that's a hypothesis for go to market, right? All of those things, or any of those things, can be a testable decision that you can put into a testing queue. Okay. Next thing is, you rank order all of those decisions that you're about to test, scale and size it, which ones have the most highest impact, lowest impact, and very often it becomes obvious which are worthy testing. You can't test everything, so you pick the top 3 or 4 things you want to test. You test, identify what works, what doesn't work, And now you've kind of taken all the risk out of those decisions. You do incrementality testing, and now you know which of those ideas work, which of those hypotheses actually bear out in market, which ones don't. And now you put those decisions in market, you create business value. Okay. So this is kind of think of it as a template. Okay. Now, naturally, you will see even in the case studies that go through, it's not perfect. You'll find that in some cases you can probably do two things at the same time. You may want to like flip flop some of these steps, but it gives you a good mental model for how to drive decisions using data and what is a process you can take to kind of get to the end-to-end state. Okay.